Hello, fellow DMs. This is Chris. I'm just making a quick tutorial on how to uh, assign player tokens, attach health and AC and other information to them. Uh, any other thing I might want to give a brief description on for DMs who just don't really keep up with a thing. I've had a few DMs lately who just drag the character sheet onto the virtual tabletop, and all they will show for each character is their portrait. The portrait doesn't save their health, their AC, their passive perception, or whatever third option you might want to use to track. You see on this one, I track their health, I track their AC, track their passive perception. So if there's something hidden, I'll just, maybe I can roll a stealth for them, and if they come in view of that token, uh, based on whatever I rolled, maybe they see it with the 13 passive perception, maybe they don't. But I can see that without having to consult them or open up each of their individual character sheets to look at it. You know what I mean? That's something that helps the player's immersion, because they only know if they saw it if you tell them. They don't have to be alerted by you asking their perception, their passive perception. They'll want to, of course, roll an active perception if you suggest that there's something that they can perceive. So anyway, let me get on to creating new character tokens and sheets and all that. I'll open up a new character sheet here. So I'll just name it new player real quick. And so as you can see, there's two uh, categories here. Avatar, and that's what the player's gonna naturally want to upload their character portrait. But what you'll be interested in is default token here, which will, of course, function as their token that keeps track of their health and all the other things you want them to keep track of. Now, see what the avatar and the bio and info are for is if you want to allow your players to view each other's character sheets. That won't allow them just viewing their character sheets, won't allow them to see one another's stats per se. It just allows them to see the avatar and the bio and info. So if they want to type in a biography, just, basic introduction. Sometimes in session 1 introductions, you got 5 players introducing themselves to each other. These players might not even know each other ahead of time, so it's going to be an info dump all in one session. They might not remember all the info, so they can, look at the other character's sheet later on down the line, session 2, session 3, and say, oh, right, this one is the one with the blonde hair, and he, hails from Waterdeep, whatever, uh, just helps them to not have to keep asking fellow players to reintroduce themselves, you know. So yeah, I'll just save changes for now. And so here we are, the character sheet. You'll see that I'm using shaped. That's a little more efficient for me than OGL, because the main thing is it has the short and long rest buttons. That's just very convenient for players. Let me just type in a little health for the character here. I'll give it a class. Give it a few levels in that class, and I'll drag. Let's see what's hang on a second. Missile or something, just to have some spells. There we go. That'd be some third level spells, or at least one. So yes, he has a couple spells there, and say he used most of his spells. He's going to want his slots back. That was not what I meant to click on. See, he doesn't have any hit dice. he maybe lost a bit of health. Alright, you give him a long rest there. See his hit dice come back a little bit, half of them. His health comes back all the way. And his spell slots are back. Uses a couple more. Get speed up again. Almost dead. Having a long rest. The rest of his hit dice come back. His hit points, his spells. Just one button click. Whereas in OGL, you have to go to 2 different tabs to, you gotta go to your spells tab to manually add back your spell slots. You have to go back to your core tab and add back your health. It's just a handful. You have to manually dole out your hit dice. It's such a pain. So, to be better to your players, consider using the shaped sheet. And you should be able to change in the middle of a campaign as well. At any rate, so we have their armor class, they have their AC. If you want to get their passive stats, you have to go to the passive skills here in the cogwheel, first column, and you go back and you can see their passive scores in parentheses here. And if you want to turn that back off again, it will still have those stats attached to that character sheet. It only generates them for some reason after you check that option once. You don't have to keep it checked. So yeah, I'll just close out of this here. Now we need a token for that character sheet. I'll use Acolyte. Uploads. You see it comes onto the virtual tabletop very large. You'll want to resize that. Whatever size you choose is the size it will be each time you drag it from the character sheet. So you just want to keep it consistent there. Let's see. So I'll attach that to new player. You can show nameplate. That just shows the nameplate to you, the DM. But if you want to show it to each other player, you can choose C here beside name. I will also choose bar 3 so that the players can also see one another's health bars. I want to go back here. Bar 3, the red dot, is what I usually use for their health. See, it's not in the same position. Bar 3 is in the first position. Bar 1 is in the second position. But nonetheless, I just use that for hit points. I play video games, so I associate a red health bar with hit points. Blue for AC. And that way you can track it without having to ask the player what's your AC every time they're hit, and maybe they're distracted, they're not responding right away. You can just go ahead and tell them. You can look at their token, say, oh, you had 10 AC. Yeah, that definitely hit you. And take this much damage. So, and if you want to track something like passive perception or any other thing, any other passive skill, you got all their passive skills here now. So track that. And yeah, you can add some notes to the token if you want to, but you can add your notes to any token or thing like that. Let's see. Also, they have auras, so what I might do is give that character an aura. You can allow other players to see the aura, or it can just be for your own benefit. What I like to do sometimes is if they have a torch, they have a 20-foot aura. If I have a fog of war enabled map, I can just reveal the fog as the player's token moves through, and I can just drag and reveal based on this aura. But yeah, I think that's about it. So I hope that helped out. I hope I'm not forgetting anything. Just consider what I told you. It's not too hard. Once you do it once, it's saved from now on. So say oh wait, forgot the most important bit. click the edit. You have that token selected. Save it. You'll want to do that. Definitely. So if I save changes, now it's on the new player character sheet. And close out of that. And I can delete this token and his aura. I'm dragging back exactly as I left him. 10, 10, 10. So yeah, I believe that is it now. Thank you for your time. I'm sorry that dragged on for 10.5 minutes, but enjoy your DMing.